Hi, bottom of the morning to you. Hey, this is Joe. If you're seeing this, I'm happy you're here. For the first time, I'm Joe. I'm a channel for Christ consciousness, like we are, like all of us are. I am a. If you're seeing this, also you're in the awakening process where humanity is humanity is going through, and I've fortunately I've already been through it, and I'm your guide to help you understand what things are occurring, understand how much um, how much importance this is for you and your family to do, as well as the just the kind of the daily things and what to do and to how to what do you call it navigate the awakening process as you go through. Myself, I went through it like a year and a half ago. I didn't have too much help. I didn't, besides just my angels and guides kind of sending me messages on the way on my phone. As far as angel numbers and stuff, you may have and see that you'll, if you haven't started seeing it, you'll see duplicate numbers that where your angels and guides are sending you. They're like they are your cheerleaders, as well as your protection for going through the process, so that you um, know that you're one not going through it alone. To spiritual guides and archangels, and the angels are your guiding angels are helping you through it, to as you better yourself, that no other negative or dark entities will obstruct your progress. So even though that's some days it might feel like you're going through a lot, but it's more about you. Everything's happening for you, not against you, and that the fact that things you have to, that your emotions you're going through, emotions that are coming up, as your nervous system um, becomes more tranquil through meditation, you'll see that things will come up, and things that you've probably never had not didn't even realize that you've been holding on to. I mean, my I would say it. My purpose here is to give you to give you guidance of what my life journey, my awakening journey, but also my journey in life um, is was to that brought me, I mean, here, and how how that can relate to you as far as what you're going through. So I mean, like my family, we really didn't I mean, when I was growing up, we really didn't communicate very well, and we held all our emotions in. So everybody thought, basically, I mean, as a perfect family, no arguing, and there was very little arguments, and or communication in that, as far as to be able to express your emotions, which is, I think, unfortunately, that I would say a lot of families are dysfunctional in that way. And when and the problem with that is when you grow up, and you have that bottled up emotions. One, I mean, you start reacting or acting out for either attention that you're not getting, and or the fact, or the emotions that you're feeling. You don't know how to, I mean, as a child, you don't know how to what to do with them, and that sometimes becomes emotional, releases in like an emotional, negative emotional tantrums, or aggressive behavior and stuff like that. But through the awakening process, even as an adult, I what do you call it? Things came up in my past that I had to deal with, and that was something that was buried in. And when you do your meditations, do you meditate for 15-20 minutes a day, I would say 3 times a day, 2 to 3 times a day is good. but it helps you to bring. And if you're going like I did for several years, you just going. You get up as soon as you get up in the morning and you grab. I mean, basically, get out of bed and make your coffee, and then from there you're running. It doesn't give you much time to do this reflection, and to for you to understand what you need to work on. And that's what I say is that when you get up in the morning, your first thing to do is to meditate for 15-20 minutes before even reaching for a coffee or anything else. Is just do what it teaches. This process teaches you is to focus on yourself first, and you'll find out, like I did, is that you one start addressing things that that are coming up each day, and that two, that the more you um, the more you focus on yourself, the better things are around. I mean, as you go, you I mean, one, the better you feel, and then two, the the better you feel, the better others feel around you, because you're going to as you're going through the healing process, you'll see that your inner healing is going to reflect on people that are in your near family members and friends that you're dealing with. And that's another thing too, is that the process is really good that way, as far as um, um, being reflecting what your inner, as above so below, so as what's inside you is also a reflection outside of you. So the the things that I would have to say that we've grown up with, and the as far as learned behaviors from our parents, or from, and that unfortunately they've learned from their parents, and it's kind of brought down through the generations. And that is why you're here, to be the person that breaks that chain of behavior, whatever that may be, um, that is affecting your family lineage, as well as your family itself, as well as yourself. So that is why you're here, and that's why I'm here to help you. And that the things that are, I would say, really helpful for you to start doing is one, meditating, like I said, 15-20 minutes a day, 3 times a day. I would say first thing in the morning, afternoon, like after lunch or something, and then in the evening prior to going to bed. And and that's, I mean, that's kind of like 3 times. That's 3 times you can do it. But like, for example, if you're triggered by somebody in during the day, is that's a perfect time to go into like a meditate step, and just step aside before reacting, and just do breath work, and and pause. Really, that's what I found is huge. A benefit is before you react and somebody does something, either your kids or spouse or somebody doesn't do something what you didn't want that happen, then, or that you're tired and you just, something just happens that makes, before you react and in a negative way, just pause and just maybe even go to a corner and just sit for even 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just to and do the breath work. 3 to 5 breaths in, 3 to 5 seconds of holding in, 3 to 5 seconds of breath and exhaling, and you just do that, or use a meditation breath work app. Either way, but I mean, it's kind of simple, just to breathe in for 3 to 5 seconds, hold it for 3 to 5 seconds, and breathe out, and that just relaxes you. I mean, in an instant, to get you to basically to harmonize your emotions before before you take it out on others. And that is one thing that helped me, especially when you're going 150% all day, that somebody does, and it's easy for you to be able, I mean, because you're at a high level of your system is an over your nervous system's in overdrive, so any small thing can make you go and react negatively. So that was one. I mean, the meditating 3 times a day, but also taking the time out that before I take a pause, before before you react. If you feel like something is, I mean, just in the moment that you feel like you're going to explode, or before you feel, I mean, I can actually, I started to catch myself because I could see myself trying to do so many things in a day, and try to get like everybody tries to do. I mean, not everybody, but most people are trying to do is 150 things during and check off everything in a day before they go to bed. And I found that wasn't that's no way of life doing that, because you're consistently driving yourself driving yourself to empty each day. And that doesn't, I mean, over time it one creates health issues, being mental health and physical health, and two, it doesn't, I mean it I mean, it doesn't help anybody else in your family or by doing that. I mean, it's just you're, I mean, you're overextending yourself, and and over time that it's going to have a detriment on your health, mental health, as well as your physical health. And if you don't take those breaks, even just going out and maybe going for a walk, which is one thing I like to do, beyond meditate, besides meditating, or in parallel, well, not parallel, but along with meditating, is go for walks, and it helps me relax. Um, and have dogs, so it's kind of nice to take them for a walk and get out in nature. And that those things, the little simple things. I mean, when I'm through this awakening process, also tells kind of it brings up your inner child. Where, I mean, we grow up as kids playing and not worrying about things, and then we quickly go through societal systems that drive us into, I mean, into work life, that then brings us into adult life really quick. And that um, really kind of late, I mean, tell you the truth, I kind of forgot how to have fun. And the fact that I mean, it was just working, and obviously doing in the families and supporting the family, doing all the kids' activities, doing all the family activities, and not just having, I mean, just kind of taking time for me to have fun each day, so that there's a balance there. So not to say that your family doesn't come first, but but the things, there's got to be a prioritization of having um, supporting the family, but also having time for yourself. One, to relax, and two, just to just to do something like you like to do. Either go for a bike ride, go for a walk, go for a run, play the guitar, things like that. Or learn something new, a new language, things that bring. I mean, that my inner child had not been enjoying for a long time. It's what your inner child, what you're here on earth to do, is to enjoy life, enjoy um, um, what do you call it? Enjoy the moments. I mean, that's another thing too. Is when you meditate, you bring yourself into the present moment, and that's a huge importance for you. Is that not only, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but the the fact that you do meditate is not only to calm your nervous system, but is to bring you into the present moment. And I can tell you that by going 150% all the time and trying to do things, you're always thinking about the next thing that's on your list. Even though you checked 100 things out, 100 things off today, that 101 thing you're still looking at. Okay, do I have enough time to get over to such and such place and pick up whatever to finish that last errand. And the present moment, I mean, like, life goes by so quickly, and that the present moment's all you have. And too many of us realize that this um, too late. I mean, that you see kids grow up quickly, family members grow up quickly, that, I mean, either um, your, your mom, dad, whatever, and other family members that you may not visit as often, and they grow up quickly. And if you don't take those moments and schedule one, take moments in the present to realize, and all the things, the gratitude of having one, your health, and whatever wealth you have, as far as that you don't have to worry about. And well, you have the necessities that most people don't. And that's one of the things that the first thing in the morning I do is give gratitude to to Yeshua, and whomever you believe as to be, or whatever name you use for the divine. I give gratitude to, right at the beginning of the morning, beginning of the day, just because, like anything, it's another day your ticker's still ticking is another day of another day of enlightenment, as well as another day of just being on earth. And I think a lot of people now have thought and thinking that heaven's not, it's not a place where you, when you die, you go to this wonderful place, and that everything's, the best, the best way that life should be. And maybe that's true. I imagine that in the spiritual realm, obviously there's definitely no lack of resources, but on earth there's also not a lack of resources. The problem is this systemic, and the people that govern us have made us think that competition and the lack of resources are 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 here, when really that's going to be, it's really not true. And you'll soon find, we'll find out as we, and as governmental systems and things change, we'll see more and more of what truly, heaven and earth is. And not that, obviously there's all kinds of political turmoil and stuff, but as we progress, it's like anything. It sometimes has to get bad before it gets good. And that's, I guess, I get one of the things that, I found out is things, for all the things that are coming up in the world, things are giving us a visibility to, things that probably have been covered up for years. And now we're seeing this as seeing this, they're coming to light so that we can address it. And one, as society change how, one, we behave individually, as well as how we, where we put our power. As far as governmental institutions and stuff that are no longer of service to us. So, but retracting back to retracting back to yourself, as far as being present in the moment, I wanted to make sure that is, one of the most important things is being in the now. There's several books about being present, and the way to do so is just meditating and calming nerves, and you'll calm the monkey mind, which is what they say when you have it. When the beginning of the process of meditation, you'll hear, your mind will be going like 100 miles an hour with thoughts and stuff. You just let the thoughts come and go, and through meditation you find out that that what you're not your thoughts. Your thoughts are, you those of us that used to be driven by their thoughts, being of pleasure, or of lust, of what do you call it, this of what do you call it, material things. It's basically anything that you were thought about, you would determine, one, your mood, and or your behavior of at the moment. So you are not your thoughts, and through the meditation process, you'll understand that your body is is a crystalline frequency entity, that you're, you're not really your body. It's just a, what do you call it? A projection of yourself, as a Christ conscious being, and that's what you're here on earth is you're basically a spiritual being in a human body, not the other way around. A human body having experienced, human person and a human being having a spiritual experience. No, it's the other way around. You're here on earth to have a you're as a spiritual being having a human experience, and going through the density, the 3D density, the is pretty much why we're here to understand. I mean, one, the 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 trials and tribulations of being in a dense world, and to understand those so that we can transmute what has plagued us as, or has been in our families for so long, so that we can stop this, and not only for our families' benefit but also for humanity. So we're on a good trajectory to be light beings and be in a world, basically heaven on earth, which is what I'm here to help you get through, and to get through this process, so we have more and more people that are like you. You might think you're the only one that's going through this, but there's thousands of other people that are that are in your same spot, or in similar areas, excuse me, similar stages of the process. So that's why I'm here to just give you information of what you can use, and and work through the daily experiences that you're going through, and that you too have somebody that you can count on. If you have questions, you can send me, what do you call it, comments, whatever questions you have, I'll, and through email, through the comments through this video, and I'll respond as much, with as much information as I have. And if I don't have it, I'll tell you, because I know my experiences are highly, how do you say, we go through mainly the same experiences in this process. So and we have to transmute about the same, every same types of energies and stuff. So what I went through and what you're going through is going to be very similar. So that is why I'm here to give you the advice I have, and also to cheer you on as we go along. So I know that one, you're not alone in this process. You have guides, spiritual guides, as well as angels that are guiding you and protecting you through this process, as well as and the divine is basically protecting you and guiding you as well, because this is the best, I would say, the best thing for you to go through, as well as for humanity to go through, so we can have, like I said, a heaven on earth. And I'm here for you. I love you, and I want everything. I will continue to make messages and give you the information as I channel, as I as I can channel the information that which you need on a daily basis. And also, I want to give you a heartfelt love that you guys are definitely here for this purpose, and also here for the better humanity, by being a better person, better, what do you call it, and a better, no, a better spiritual being. So and this is why we're here, and I'm here for you. Love you. Have a great day. Okay, bye.